Hey guys, so if you've been following my journey for a while, you know this is my second set of locks. I previously had sister locks, and I, for the most part, you can say ruined my sister locks to the point where I just cut them off and started over. And you'd think that I'd learned my lesson from my sister locks, but I didn't. I was very experimental and wanted to try different things, even with this set of traditional locks. I wanted to come and share a few things that I know now that I wish I knew then, like before I started, in hopes that it will help you on your journey. The first thing is hair color. Y'all know I've had blue hair, purple locks, green locks, blonde locks. Red locks. I've just, had all different colors in my hair, and it took some bleach to get me there. And while it was fun and I thought it was cool, it was not good at all for my locks. Hair color on locks is just a whole different beast, really. And I actually was going through cosmetology school as I was cultivating this set of locks, so I really didn't know much about hair color from what I thought I knew from, watching YouTube and seeing people in the salon. But once I learned the science of hair color, man, do I really wish I never colored my locks. It caused so much damage to my locks, and that is why, the ends of my locks are lighter than the rest of my locks, and that's not on purpose. It's actually color damage. So I really wish I hadn't colored my locks in the beginning. And I thought starting my locks with back combing and then palm rolling was going to be the answer to getting my locks to be thick, because I have really soft, fine hair. Well, it was not the answer. The back combing definitely helped, and if I had kind of let my locks freeform a little bit in the beginning or not retwist as much, they would have been thicker earlier on, but I didn't, and was just palm rolling them to high heavens, and they were really skinny. So it took about 14 months or so before I realized what I was doing was wrong, and I needed to kind of give my locks a break. But if I knew that if I started them with 2-strand twists that they would be a lot thicker, I would have done that in the beginning. Also, if I had known that C-shaped partings actually made locks have a more natural fall and natural look when they're styled, I would have started with C-shaped partings versus the traditional grid that's square partings that you see on sister locks and most traditional locks. But C-shaped partings would have been my go-to if I could start over. And man, if I had known that putting lock jewelry in my hair within the first 6 months would have caused so much damage. Well, not damage, but it caused a lot of lumps and a lot of locking problems early on with my texture. And a loctician actually told me early on, don't put lock jewelry in your locks for 6 months. And I was like, what? Whatever, it's not going to do anything. It looks really cute. I wish I had listened. So if you're just starting your locks, or if you're thinking about starting locks, no lock jewelry for the first 6 months. Please listen to that. And the next big thing is you don't really need products for locks. If you walk into the beauty store, you see tons and tons of products, and a lot of products say for locks. Half the time, those products are horrible. They're really horrible for locks. So honestly, all you need is some oil, maybe aloe vera gel or flaxseed gel, or there's a very few amount of commercial product out here that'll help your hair to lock without causing buildup. But for the most part, most products do cause buildup, and you don't really need them. Our textured hair is meant to lock. If you just left it alone, like freeformers do, your hair is going to lock. You just have to be patient. So you really, really don't need product. I just wish I knew these 5 things before I started this set of locks. But, we're here now, and I'm not cutting them off. But I just thought I'd share. And then I posted it on Instagram and asked you guys what are some things that you regretted, and I loved hearing your feedback. So I just wanted to share a few comments that came from that discussion. Number 1, leave them alone. Number 2, my journey is mine. Do not compare to others. 3, messy is beautiful. 4, too much retwisting and styling causes major damage. And 5, no matter what others think, my locks are beautiful. So true. I agree with her advice 125%. Like, just spot on. I totally agree. Lock Beauty Life said, I wish I started with more even parts, but I've started to get over it. And I feel the same way. Like, partings, it's like one of those things you don't really realize until after your locks are mature and long enough for styling, and you're like, man, I wish my partings looked like this. So, tip to the wise, think about your partings before you start your locks so that they look how you want them to look when they're styled. I wish I would have skipped sister locks and went right to small traditional locks. I'm now combining my sister locks myself, and it is some serious work. And I asked her kind of like, why? Why'd you want to combine your sister locks? And she said it's because she's doing her retightenings and had a lot of bunching, and then a lot of locks started off skinny, got fat in the middle, then back skinny, and that most of them were also thin, and when it was time for retightening, they were hanging on by strands of hair, and I've lost a lot of locks. Okay, so I've had sister locks. So my advice to her was that bunching is caused by not using the correct pattern based on the texture of your hair in the sister locking system, and it could also come from not using the sister lock products before your locks have actually matured, because I experienced that on my journey. Like, my locks bunched so horribly, if you remember my perfectly imperfect post. Another great tip was to be more careful about covering my hair to avoid lint, and to keep it simple as far as products. Say it again. Like, if in the very, very beginning stages, if you do not cover your locks, or if you use too much product, your locks are just going to attract dirt, lint, and build up like a freaking magnet. So you want to always make sure you're wearing your satin do bag and protecting your locks at all times, even when you're cleaning the house, chilling, hanging out, exercising. You want to protect your starter locks for sure. So those are just a few comments from the Instagram post, but I would love to hear what you regret or know now that you wish you knew before. So leave a comment down below and let me know, what you think, or if you haven't started locks, how this information may help your decision. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.